Hello, my name is Michael Nunneley, and today I wanted to talk to you about mythology in general, but I guess specifically how it fits into the Omenverse and how I created it. Now, wow, basic mythology, folklore, legend, all these kinds of things got kind of blended together. But I want to talk, I guess, how I got there. I kind of want to describe the process here. Um, it all started with movies like Clash of the Titans and Jason and the Argonauts and Sinbad and stuff like that. I really just got fascinated with the whole concept of gods and magic and all of that. But God specifically, I mean, they had all these powers. They could do all this stuff, and there was all these really cool creatures and monsters and stories about heroism and victory and defeat and sorrow. And I mean, it was just mythology is just such a rich area, and inspired by those movies, I just dove into it. I mean, I went to my own the library at the city. I went to the library at the school, and I just devoured every book they had on mythology or folklore or legend or any kind of tales like that. I don't know, I got obsessed with it, and that obsession stuck with me through most of my life. As if you've listened to our podcast, you know I've talked a little bit about on it there. But I mean, obsessed with it. Um, this kind of led to actually reading the Chronicles of Narnia when I was a kid. That's both Tolkien and Lewis borrowed from myth, and both had a very Christian or Catholic center to their story. And I, reading Chronicles of Narnia obviously led to me reading The Hobbit, which led to me reading The Lord of the Rings, and that built a whole other obsession. These are books made by people who were also obsessed with mythology. You know what I mean? So there's obviously that attraction there. Um, Now, I mean, as far as how that led into forming the Omenverse, as I'm building this universe in my mind, I was thinking my general thought was if you take all these different gods from all these different cultures and nations from around the world. I focus specifically on the Greek and Roman, the Egyptian, the Norse, the Celtic, and even some Chinese. Um, that really did. Those seem to be the main ones, but there wasn't anything I left out in the creation of it. Um, but I wanted to take these elements and put them all into the same universe, which is actually pretty difficult. As as far as mythology goes in general, they don't assume the existence of other cultures, of other gods, of other beliefs or whatever. They assume that they're the creators of the universe, and they put this all together and they establish right and wrong. They just kind of assume all of that, and you just got too much headbutting going on if you try to put all that together. And so I had to change some things, particularly as it pertains to creation, and their general place in the universe itself that I was building. So I made it so that I used the Greek idea about creation, how everything started, and combined that with Norse and Egyptian stuff. And what I basically did is, essentially everything evolved out of chaos. All the things that came out of the world eventually it started with chaos. and that's kind of where I started, and I used the Yggdrasil from Norse mythology as an idea as to how that would expand, with the world tree and everything. Um, I mean, you're going to get into all of that history and stuff when you get into Dark Oracles and stuff. I'm going to go through and really flesh out the history of the Omenverse and how it all got started in that. Um, but basically, I took the model of how Tolkien had set things up and how C.S. Lewis had set things up, and it was basically that there was this kind of Christian or Catholic rather center to everything. While I had the Greek and Egyptian and Norse base, I had to bring a center to the universe. There had to be, as I figured, a hierarchy somehow of these gods. Like they had to understand their place in the universe. There had to be somebody in charge of all of this. You can't just have a bunch of gods running around doing whatever they want. And so for that, I chose like how Tolkien uses a Lewitar for Arda and stuff. I wanted to take that same type of a general Christian God type figure in El, but I mean I totally changed his personality. Of course, this is not the God of the Bible, but like I said, I just used this as like a form to fit this universe into. And so, I mean, that's kind of how I squeezed it together. Like I said, you're going to find out more about that in Dark Oracles and stuff. And I'm looking forward to you guys being able to get to that. We've already got the first couple of issues written, and we're just dying to get that stuff out there. But um, essentially, I took this idea of myth, a combined mythology and folklore and all these different creatures and stuff, and I wanted to add. I'm also into the eschatology, which is the study of end times. And so I added all these elements of these end times prophecies and stuff from various religions, and I incorporated those into the story. And then, of course, as we talked about in the last video there, I added horror and stuff. And of course, I'm a big superhero fan, so I had to throw superheroes in there. But well, that pretty much made up the Omenverse. It all had that mythological base. If it wasn't for mythology, there would be no Omenverse. And basically, I think you can thank Clash of the Titans for that, the 1981 version. Anyway, I think I'm about out of time here. But if you guys have any questions or comments, anything you'd like to talk about, any ideas for future videos about Omen Comics that you'd like us to cover, we'd love to hear from you guys. These videos are all about for you patrons. You guys are the first people on our list. We want to make sure that you're happy above everybody else. So if you like this video, let me know. If you want us to talk about some other stuff, or you have comments or questions about this video, let us know. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you next time.